Chair Shot Reality episode 351. I am Josh Eisenberg, kicking off the weekend of great wrestling talk. We have Elimination Chamber predictions and hot topics coming up in just a minute. But everybody always asks me, Eisenberg, when are you going to bring it back? When? When are you going to bring back your famous segments? Well, today, you get lucky with a Please Vince. That's right, dial it up, tune it in, turn up the volume, because I have something to say to the chairman of WWE. Please, Vince. This Sunday is the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, only a few weeks after the 2017 Royal Rumble. In a couple of weeks, we will see WWE Fastlane, and then finally, we will get WrestleMania from Orlando. Please, Vince, please realize how watered down this card looks and how much potential it could have had if you only booked it a few weeks later. WWE has given us many great pay-per-views in 2016 and already in 2017 with the Royal Rumble. But this is a product of being oversaturated with too much content. Many people will say, Josh, you're not looking from the business standpoint, you're not looking from the business perspective of WWE and the business model of making money, especially on the WWE network. Well, you're right, because I'm not being paid by WWE to talk about their business. I'm being paid by being a fan, an unbiased fan, talking about the overall product. And the overall product heading into Elimination Chamber shows you the lack of futility from main eventers on SmackDown Live. You're getting an Elimination Chamber match. Other than that, you're getting Randy Orton versus Luke Harper, 3 women's matches, even though all 3 are talented but underdeveloped storylines, except for the Nikki Bella Natalya storyline. And then you're getting Dolph Ziggler in a handicap match, a newly turned heel Dolph Ziggler against 2 guys nobody cares about, and then a tag team turmoil with 1, maybe 2 if you want to throw Jimmy and Jay in there, as actual believable championship material on SmackDown Live. So please, Vince, when you're looking at planning out 2017, do we really need 3 pay-per-views before the Royal Rumble, or before WrestleMania, including the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and Fastlane, and then another one 3 weeks later after Fastlane? Or do you think we should take a couple of those events back and maybe develop another tournament? Maybe a tournament in Japan, a tournament in Mexico, a tournament in Canada. The UK tournament was so good because we weren't being overexposed to the talent that you have, and you didn't show just as many holes as you have in your roster as you do heading into this Sunday. With all that being said, please, Vince, please continue to give more power to Triple H and other people to bring us talent that we want to see, and not necessarily pay-per-views that we're forced to watch. So whenever it's all said and done, please, Vince, please realize that the model that you're making could be beneficial in your pocket, but without the fans and without people like us at WrestleZone, you might not have a product as successful as you think. Now, people are going to say, obviously, look at the business model and the fourth quarter earnings. Yeah, I understand that, but again, this is coming from a wrestling fan who wants to see a better product on a month-to-month basis and not something that is rushed and shoved down our throats like Elimination Chamber is on Sunday. Well, that's my Please Vince of the week, and that's been bottling up, stirring up, but there's so many more hot topics that are going to be talked about. Justin, Juice in studio, take it away.
Thank you, Eisenberg. Yes, we're here in Point Park University, Pittsburgh studio. Juicy Steen, Justin LaBar, get into some hot topics on this Elimination Chamber weekend. We don't need to get to that right now. Let's talk about what's bigger and badder on the headlines of wrestling. Let's start with Nikki Bella, who is rumored, Juice, to be done with her in-ring career after WrestleMania 33.
And I think she'll stay with the company, much
Sure.
like Brie will and everything. I don't see why they should leave the company. They have mainstays with Cena and Daniel Bryan. You know, they have to keep involved with that. And I think what I've read is that there might be a WrestleMania match, possibly with a mixed tag flavor.
You know, like we alluded to it last week on my Wrestling Reality audio podcast. I said, you know, that kind of seems like something I could see breaking down if we think Cena's going to lose the title. That same time, it started popping up on the internet. That apparently is a creative match being discussed.
Do you think
so? That'd be a way for her to go out, certainly.
Do you think that's a waste for Miz and Cena, where they're at a huge spot in their careers right now?
They are, but here's the thing: you got to. Hell, the big quarterly revenue just came out. You got to. It's the toughest thing. I know it's tough for fans, and I could be guilty of it too, but you cannot think as a fan. You have to think business-wise, and the business-wise is if John Cena and Miz are involved in a match, the wrestling fans are going to watch. They might complain about it, but they're going to watch. But it's going to grab the business outside of the wrestling fans. It's going to grab the mainstream. That reality show, I mean, has turned on a lot of new people, specifically females, to the WWE product. So, I mean, it's not like
people have said maybe like if Cena and Nikki Bella win, and it's some grand thing, and it's going to be like the Macho Man Elizabeth of our generation.
I'll say this.
Put that like
I can see that meme coming.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I do think, and we'll touch on her match later this weekend. I mean, I do think Nikki Bella is at the height of her in-ring abilities, and her in-ring strengths. I mean, she's had some of her best matches. So
even though her injuries have set
yeah. So I mean, in a way, I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, I think she also realizes that she's not getting any younger, and there's a lot of other talent that are coming in. So
she might as well go out on top.
Yeah, go out on top. Yeah. Make your money being an executive producer of the reality show.
Yeah,
make your money being a brand, and
yeah.
Her and her sister are forever going to be brand ambassadors. Especially as long as they're tied into...
And being with John Cena doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt at all.
Exactly.
What does hurt is elbow surgery. I wouldn't know, but Darren Young just got it, I believe, today or a couple days ago.
Somewhere this week.
Somewhere this week. He had elbow surgery, so I don't know how long the...
He actually said the timetable in his Instagram post or one of them. He said that the timetable's unknown, but he's still going to do speaking engagements. I hate to say it, but this really feels like it is the beginning of the end of Darren Young as an in-ring performer. I mean, he's had several setbacks.
Make Darren Young's elbow great again.
Yeah, that's what they're going to need. That's the next thing. I mean, they've had several setbacks, whether it be injury, whether it be the creative just breaking up the tag team,
putting him with Bob Backlund.
Well, I don't mind him with Backlund. Just he got hurt, I guess. I don't know. The thing is, I mean, Darren Young's got a job for life at WWE.
Yeah.
He's got a story to tell.
Yeah.
He's a great ambassador. So he's forever going to be associated. He's kind of like David Otunga, just I think he's a lot more useful. He's forever got a job with WWE, and
maybe he'll become the 5th guy on SmackDown.
Oh my God,
there's so much room there.
It's like this. It's like the scene from the Naked Gun when they just go down the line of the World Series and all there.
Why not?
I don't know. I mean, look, Darren Young probably got a job forever.
Do you think
he's a nice guy, which I'm happy with? I mean, I actually know him. He's a nice guy, so I'm happy that he's able to share his message. But I just think in-ring wise, he's not got much more to offer.
If he's on screen, is he only worth? What's the most he's worth to you? The tag team with Titus, or is that it?
No,
does he get a single star?
I think the singles thing could have had a chance, maybe, but there was no dedication. We saw 2 months of promos, and then we saw him on TV.
Same with Emelina.
Yeah, we saw him on TV kind of steadily. And then we didn't, and I don't know if it was because he started feeling injured. I don't know. There's just never been a commitment to him.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. So
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Emelina, don't get me started. Emelina better. She better shoot a rocket out of her ass or something to live up to the
Didn't you tweet that already?
Something to that
Come
effect.
on, you use that.
She's got to do something. Right? She has to do something in order to make this all.
At least we know you'll be excited for when she comes.
Rocket out of the ass. All right. Speaking of rocket out of the ass, or at least fire, Impact Wrestling strikes a deal with Pro Wrestling Noah.
I'm sure my dad's really into this.
Juice Senior is who has kept Impact afloat. For those of you who have wondered. No, this is a good deal for them. And Scott D'Amore apparently a part of it, and he's helped part of it. He's helped make this deal. Zeb Coulter, aka Dutch Mantel's apparently back with working with the company. I mean, it seems like they've weeded out what they need to weed out. They got some good people that are there. Weeded out Dixie. They got some good people there. I mean, I'm serious. I want to keep seeing more of the product in this under this Anthem management, but you could kind of say that maybe. They have that bird. They have that bird in the logo. Maybe that represents like a phoenix rise from the ashes. Impact Wrestling is still going.
That's true.
We have been banging the death bell for years, and they are still. I mean, they're like Impact Wrestling is like the Charlie Sheen of entertainment, or at least pro wrestling. You just keep thinking.
But it got cured of its disease.
There can't be much more left.
It got cured from Dixie Carter. I don't know if Charlie Sheen's gonna get cured anytime soon.
Impact Wrestling, it will not die.
I think it's all. I think it started with the Hardys. Them just doing random stuff and it getting picked up, and then they just got this momentum. Instead of
definitely didn't.
Let's just run with it. It did not hurt at all.
The Hardys are the anti-HIV.
In other news,
Matt will appreciate that moniker.
Paige posted a picture of her with Del Rio, right, in an MMA facility. What does this mean? Is she gonna?
I don't know.
She gonna go do something?
Why? Why? We haven't seen you in a WWE ring because you've been injured or because you're making management mad. Why are we training for MMA? Why? Why? Are we setting up for a CM Punk situation? You're gonna walk out and go.
God.
I mean, why? I mean, look. It's been a big week for Paige. They announced that they got this movie made about her, which I want our little sweet Paige to come back. I'm tired of this.
And what's crazy, they have enough girls on SmackDown, but Raw seems like they would need someone like Paige to get in the fray. Like it seems like there's only 4 or 5 good girls.
Remember in Saved by the Bell when Kelly Kapowski veered away from her friends, veered away from Zach Morris, started dating that creep Jeff that was running the Max, and she went down a bad road, and you thought maybe, is Kelly Kapowski doing drugs? Why is she dating the older guy? What's happening? This is kind of what I feel like with Paige. Paige has left her sweet, innocent, and I'm not trying to, I mean, no, I have no problem with Alberto Del Rio, but I just wonder, I want to see Paige back in the ring, normal. I don't care if she marries Alberto Del Rio. I just don't want to hear about all the time.
Why not?
I don't want to see her training MMA. You know, you're not Daniel Bryan. You're Paige. You're already talented enough. You were born you were in the womb in a wrestling ring.
MMA already has a Paige, don't they? Paige Van Zandt.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
she's blonde, I think. Doesn't matter, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't see something. I don't know if it's
whatever.
Legit or not. I don't.
I mean, I just want things to go back to normal. Get me back in the DeLorean. Go back to normal. I don't care if
she must be worth a lot to you in the ring then.
Yeah, she is. I don't care.
I don't
care if she dates Del Rio or marries Del Rio. That's fine. I just don't. I'm tired of her being with Del Rio, constantly being this news story that unfortunately has led to negative scenes, stabbings in San Antonio, punching guys in Mexico. Just let's go back to normal.
I like Bonnie and Clyde. Crazy stuff happening.
Didn't end well for them.
It did not end for them.
We got plenty more to talk about this weekend. We got our Elimination Chamber pay-per-view predictions, and we'll talk about that because, of course, that's going to be key if you want to win some money from WrestleRumble.com. Don't go anywhere. Chairshot Reality, WrestleZone.com.